Good morning, children. In statistics, today you are going to study about the graphical representation of data, bar graphs and histograms. Bar graph. A bar graph is a pictorial representation of data in which usually the bars of uniform width are drawn with equal spacing between them on one axis depicting the variables. The values of variables are shown on the other axis, and the heights of the bars depend on the values of the variables. Let us see some examples of construction of bar graphs for given data. Question number 1. Given below are the seats won by different political parties in the polling outcome of a state assembly election. Question number 1. Draw the bar graph to represent the polling. Question number 2. Which political party won maximum number of seats? In the given table, in the first row, it is given the political parties names A, B, C, D, E and F. In the second row, the seats won by the respective parties are given. They are 75, 30, 55, 37, 29, 10 and 37. For this data, we have to draw a bar graph. Note, we represent the years on the horizontal axis. Question number 2. The pass percentage of students of class 9 of a school for 5 consecutive years is given below. Draw the bar graph to represent the given data. In the given table, in the first row, we have the years. In the second row, we have the pass percentage of the respective years. For this data, we need to draw the bar graph. Note, we represent the years on the horizontal axis, that is on x-axis. Choosing any convenient scale, the width of the bar we keep must be same and maintain equal gaps between them. That is, the years we are taking on x-axis with equal width. In between them, there should be equal gaps to be maintained. Second point, the pass percentage are taken on the vertical axis, that is on y-axis, with suitable scale. In the given table, the maximum value of the pass percentage is 85. So on y-axis, we are taking 1 unit is equal to 10%. Then the width of the bars are equal, and the heights of the bars are the rectangles based on the pass percentage. When we draw the bar graph, the width of the bar will be equal, same for the all bars, but the height of the rectangles based on the pass percentage. For example, the height of the rectangle for the year 2004 is 70, because in 2004 the pass percentage is 70%. So the bar for 2004 is the height we are marking till 70 with the respective bar width. The width will be the same, already we have taken equal, and the height of the rectangle is 70 as given in the figure we have to mark, and shade the rectangle. Similarly, the height of the rectangle for the year 2005 is 62. So for 2005, the width of the bar is same. The height of the bar is 62. We get a rectangle and shade the rectangle. Similarly, we can form the bars for the remaining years also. So we get a bar graph as given in the figure for the given data. Histograms. A histogram is a pictorial representation of grouped data, is the form of rectangles touching each other whose bases represent the class intervals and the heights represent the corresponding frequency. Construction of histograms. We know that there are two types of frequency distribution table. One is with continuous class intervals. The another one is discontinuous class intervals. Let us see the construction of histogram when the class intervals are continuous. So the steps of constructing histogram when the class intervals are continuous are given below. We follow the following steps to construct a histogram of a continuous grouped frequency distribution. Step 1. Take a graph paper and draw two perpendicular lines, that is the x-axis and y-axis. One horizontal and the vertical intersecting at O. Mark them as OX and OY. Step 2. Take the horizontal line OX as x-axis and vertical line OY as y-axis. Step 3. Choose a suitable scale along x-axis to represent the class limits, the class intervals. Step 4. Choose a suitable scale for y-axis and mark frequencies along it. Step 5. Now construct rectangles with the class intervals as bases and respective frequencies as heights. The figure thus obtained represents histogram with the given data. Let us see some examples. Question number 3. The following table gives the lifetime of 400 neon lamps. The question is, represent the given information with the help of a histogram. Question number 2. How many lamps have a lifetime more than 700 hours? In the given table, in the first column, we have the lifetime in hours. The given class intervals are continuous class intervals. In the second column, we have the respective frequencies. Now for this information, we have to draw the histogram. So here on x-axis, we are taking the class intervals, that is the lifetime of the lamps in hours. On y-axis, we are taking the number of lamps. On x-axis, each unit we are taking as 100 hours. One unit is 100 hours. On y-axis, one unit we are taking as 10 lamps. So we are taking one unit is 10 lamps on y-axis. Now the first class interval is 300 to 400. So 300 to 400, there are 14 lamps. So the height of the rectangle is 14. and the width of the rectangle is 100. So we can mark the bar as given in the figure. For 300 to 400, the height of the rectangle is 14. Then the second cross interval is 400 to 500. There are 56 lamps. So in the graph, for the class interval 400 to 500, the height of the rectangle is 56. So we can mark the rectangle as given in the figure. Similarly, we can mark the remaining bars also without any gap between them. So we get the histogram as given in the figure. Now let us see the second case, the construction of histogram when the class intervals are not continuous. When the given grouped frequency distribution is not continuous, first we have to convert it into a continuous frequency distribution in the following way. Then we can draw the histogram. Step 1. Find the difference between the lower limit of the second class interval and upper limit of the first class interval. Let the difference be h. Step 2. Subtract the h by 2 value from the lower limit of each class and add h by 2 value to the upper limit of each class. Now the class intervals become continuous, so we can draw the histogram. Note, sometimes when the data is starting from a large number and not zero, a kink, a break is indicated near the origin to signify that the graph is drawn with a scale beginning with large number, not at origin. So we are using the kink mark which is given in the slide inside the bracket for such cases. Question number 4. The lengths of 40 leaves of a plant are measured to 1 millimeter and the obtained data is given in the following table. Draw the histogram of the following data. In the given table, in the first column, we have the lengths of the leaves in millimeter, that is the class intervals are given. In the second column, the number of leaves of each classes are given, that is the frequencies are given. The given class intervals are not continuous. Before draw the histogram, we have to make the class intervals continuous. For making the class interval continuous, we have to follow the following steps. The difference between the lower limit of the second class interval and the upper limit of the first class interval is h. The difference h is equal to lower limit of the second class interval minus upper limit of the first class interval. Here the lower limit of the second class interval is 127 and the upper limit of the first class interval is 126. So h is equal to 127 minus 126 is equal to 1. Then we need to find the h by 2 value, that is 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. Now we need to subtract this 0.5 from each lower limits of the classes and we should add 0.5 with the upper limits of the given classes. So the first class interval from 118 we have to subtract 0.5, we get 117.5. Then we should add 0.5 with the upper limit 126. So 126.5. So the first class interval is 117.5 to 126.5. Similarly, In the second class interval, 0.5 is subtracted from the lower limit 127. So we get 126.5. Then add 0.5 with the upper limit 135. We get 135.5. So the second class interval is 126.5 to 135.5 and so on. Now we get a modified class intervals. Then we get a modified tabular column in the given slide. We represent the length of the along the x-axis, the length of the leaves on x-axis with suitable scale, starting with 117.5. So a kink mark is indicated near the origin since we starting from the middle values. Then we mark the frequencies on y-axis on another suitable scale. Now we can construct the rectangles as per the given class intervals of given frequencies. A histogram thus obtained is shown in the next slide. Now we have a modified frequency distribution table with continuous class interval and their respective frequencies. Now we can draw the construct the histogram. The first class interval 117.5 to 126.5. The number of leaves are 3. So the height of the rectangle is 3. So 117.5 to 126.5, the height of the leaf is 3. So the rectangle is formed as per the data. The second class interval from 126.5 to 135.5, the height is 5. So the rectangle is formed as per the data. Then we can form the remaining rectangles as per the given class intervals with the respective heights. We get the histogram as given in the figure. Here on x-axis we start from the middle values or larger values. A kink mark is used near the origin. Case 3. Construction of histogram when the class intervals are unequal. That means the class sizes are not equal. When the given class intervals are irregular or unequal, we need to adjust the frequencies to construct a histogram. We need to follow the following steps for construction. Step 1. On the graph paper, draw two perpendicular lines, one horizontal and one vertical, intersecting at O. Mark them as OX and OY. Step 2. Take the horizontal line OX as x-axis and the vertical line OY as y-axis. Step 3. Choose a suitable scale along x-axis and represent class limits on it. The class limits or class intervals to be taken on x-axis. Step 4. Find out the class interval having minimum class size. Let the minimum class size be h. Step 5. Find the adjusted frequencies of each class, which can be calculated as follows. Adjusted frequency is equal to h divided by class size into frequency of the class. These adjusted frequencies are the heights of each rectangle of histogram, but with this according to the class limits. Step 6. Take a suitable scale for y-axis and mark the adjusted frequencies along y-axis. Step 7. Now we can construct the rectangles with the class intervals as bases and respective adjusted frequencies as heights. The histogram thus obtained is the required histogram with the given frequency distribution. Let us see some examples. To draw the histogram with the required condition, we need to adjust frequencies as the class size is varying in different class intervals. Minimum class size is 10 in the given data. So the adjusted frequencies of the class is equal to minimum class size divided by class size into frequency of the class, or frequency of the class divided by class size into minimum class size. For example, the adjusted frequency for the first class is 7 divided by 20 into 10. Frequency of the class first class is 7 and the respective class size is 20. Minimum class size is 10. So 7 by 20 into 10 is equal to 3.5. The adjusted frequency for the second class is equal to 10 divided by 10 into 10. Here the frequency is 10, class size is 10 and minimum class size are also 10. Therefore 10 by 10 into 10 is equal to 10 and so on. We can find the adjusted frequencies for the remaining classes also. Then the histogram can be drawn for the class intervals with the respective modified frequencies as taken as the length of the rectangles. Now we get a modified table as follows. In the table, the first column we have the marks, the class intervals. Second column we have the frequencies, that is number of students. The third column we have to find the width of the classes. The first class interval 0 to 20. The class size is 20 minus 0 is 20. Second, 30 minus 20 is 10. The third one, 40 minus 30 is 10. Then 50 minus 40 is 10. Then 60 minus 50 is 10. Then 70 minus 60 is 10. Then the last class is 100 minus 70 is 30. So in the third column, we have the width of the classes. Here we find that the minimum class width is 10. Then in the fourth column, we are going to find the length of the rectangles as per the rule what we have seen before. Here the frequency is 7 and the width of the class is 20. Minimum class width is 10. So 7 by 20 into 10 will give 3.5. Similarly, for the second class, frequency is 10, width is 10 and the minimum width also 10. So 10 by 10 into 10 is equal to 10. Similarly, we will get the length of the rectangles for the remaining classes also. Now we got the modified table. Now we can draw the histogram. In the histogram, on x-axis we are taking the marks of the students and the y-axis number of students. The first class interval 0 to 20, the length of the rectangle is 3.5. So in the graph till 0 to 20, the height of the rectangle is 3.5. A rectangle is formed. The second class is 20 to 30. The class height is 10. Then for 20 to 30 with the class height 10, we get a rectangle as given in the figure. Similarly, we can draw the rectangles for the remaining classes also as given in the figure without any gaps between the bars. So we get the histogram for the given data which is given in the slide. So this is the required histogram for the given data. Thank you, children.